serving Westfield for over 50 years, specializing in plumbing, heating, and industrial piping supplies. On the web at betsplumbing.com or at 14 Coleman Avenue in Westfield.
Join us every Thursday morning
from 6 until at least 7:30.
Check out the Bobby G and Company Show
right here on WSKB 89.5
Community Radio.
89.5 WSKB.
Live from Studio 120 at Westfield Technical Academy, this is WCPC Channel 15 and 89.5 FM WSKB Westfield. 810 on the nose. But I'll wait to defer to the master.
Popping apart here. Well, where are we now?
You're in Cordell, Georgia.
I thought there was enough left to get me to half past. Or
Nope.
the 30-second mark.
No.
It's 10 and a half.
All right. Okay. We can start. Good morning.
Oh, geez. I thought Oh, you're using the look from number 2.
Yeah.
Yeah, I corrected 3 so that we can...
Hold on.
Yeah.
I'll have to readjust everything, but hold on.
Do I have to move again?
No.
No. Well, that's the seat. Now look at that.
Yeah, but
Now
now I
I'm-
got to readjust.
Now I'm off a little bit
Wait.
because I had to guess.
Wait. Okay. How's
Oh,
that?
you know what?
You're off a little bit.
Yeah. I figured I'd do you a solid, Pete, by setting you up with a look.
And then there's Bob.
Yeah, get rid of. Oh, yes.
And-
Am I twice on that screen there?
No,
No.
I'm down the
Oh,
bottom,
good.
Bob.
and then there's
Oh,
Bob.
fabulous.
And then there's Bob.
And then there's
And
Bob.
I set you up for the sound drop.
And then there's Bob.
Is that a song? And then there's Bob.
Along
remember the
came
show?
Sally.
Along came Sally. No.
He can't find it now. Ha 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 ha.
Oh, look, it's one of those early Maude episodes with a really long opening credit sequence.
Lady Godiva was a freedom rider. She didn't care if the whole world looked. Joan of Arc with the Lord to guide her. She was a sister who really cooked. Madame Curie was a strong woman character, working all day in a science lab, yeah. Clara Martin was a famous nurse who was rapping with the soldiers and bandages.
And then there's Bob.
Susan B.
Nope.
Anthony, always on doing stuff, marching around and holding up signs.
And then
And then there's
Maude.
Bod.
What
the hell?
All going on. An Indian guy with lots of Indian pride.
And then there's Bob.
Gandhi ran a
Nope.
whole big country. That isn't easy, even if you're a guy.
And then
And then-
there's Maude.
Babe Zaharis was
Oh,
a
come
pretty
on.
good athlete, good at track and field and professional golf too.
And then there's Maude.
Amelia Earhart flew a lot of airplanes, except for that
Holy
one time when she
mother.
didn't come back. Cleopatra lived
And
way
then
out
there's
in the
Maude. Come
desert,
on.
but still found a way to keep herself looking fine. And
And there's Bob.
There we
And
go.
then there's Bob.
That was an ordeal.
Oh my God.
that
I-
was an ordeal.
There's only a certain demographic watching this program that'll actually get that
No,
whole reference.
I know. When was that on?
Early to mid 70s.
Whoa.
Yeah, that was a takeoff from All in the Family.
I remember that. I
Yeah.
remember Maude.
Yeah,
very
Maud was Edith's sister, wasn't she?
much. You
No,
know,
I don't think so.
know.
Who was Maud?
I think
Was
she
it an
just-
aunt? No, there was a relationship there.
There was, but I think it might have been a neighbor.
Yeah,
No.
it could. I don't remember.
The neighbor was
I really don't remember.
the neighbor was Sherman Hemsley.
Oh, that's right. That was another. B. Arthur was the Golden Girl. That's where she started as Maud.
Right.
Did you know that?
Yes. Yes.
Maude came
Yeah.
first, right?
Yeah, yeah. And actually, that song was
Look it
written
up.
by Anne Hampton Calloway, who's the sister of Liz Calloway, who is the person that I have, who's so kind, who sent me all of her albums because I don't know, she's so kind. Liz Calloway, great. At any rate, that's my brush with greatness. I'm sticking to it. I'm going to be quiet. It's Ken's Den show.
So here we are. It's how are Maud and Edith related? Maud Finley first appeared on All in the Family in December 1971 in the second season episode Cousin Maud's Visit.
Okay.
So she was a cousin, and she was the cousin of Edith Bunker. Because she was a liberal, Maud was also an ally of Edith's daughter Gloria and her husband Mike.
Oh, remember, Mike. Oh, God.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. So, all right,
So
that
you
mystery
were
is
right.
over and done.
She was related.
I knew she was related. Why the hell do people doubt me? You know, I usually only open up my trap when I kind of know what I'm talking about. I
And
don't.
a lot of times,
I don't make stuff
everybody-
up.
You know, Kenny, you don't get credit for being as brilliant as you are.
Yeah. People think I make stuff up, and I do, but it's blatantly obvious when I do it.
It's funny. Okay.
Usually, to most people.
Okay. Well, when it comes to TV, I don't question you because you are the master at that. I will give you that. You are the master of random TV facts.
What does that get me?
It gets you. Bob, help me out here. Bob, what does it get
He
him?
gets to be my friend because I love somebody who has facts.
It is 8:16. We just passed 8:16 on the nose. This is the 18th day of January.
January.
In
January.
the year 2022, this is the Den, Ken's Den.
The views expressed by the host during his monologue are those solely of his own, not those of Westfield State University, the radio club, or underwriters, or that G&W train that just went by. And now,
I think I'm going to leave the room.
You know what, Pete?
what's going on, Ken?
I made one New Year's resolution. One.
Yes. One.
And so far, I have kept it.
Okay.
I'm no longer being tolerant of idiots or stupidness. Stupid should hurt.
Yeah.
You know, I call out things every time I see it now. People acting like they are know-it-alls only to provide bad info. I correct them with supporting data. Sitting through a green light, you get the horn in the finger now.
Oh my God.
You're blocking the aisle in the supermarket because you're on your phone and you don't hear me clearing my throat? Oh, let me clear my throat. So if you're blocking that aisle, I grab your buggy myself and move it so I can get by.
Ooh.
God.
Yeah,
Renegade here. Renegade.
I've just had it.
Whoa.
The past 19 months of the China virus has really put everyone into a everyone for themselves mindset. I thought it was getting bad 10 years ago when these entitled millennials started not holding the door for you.
Just the beginning.
Or saying thank you if you actually hold the door open for them. The other day, I saw two people trying to take the one parking space that was near the entrance to a shop when there were many, many other open spaces 20 feet away. It was like a standoff, like when the Clantons and Earps stared each other down at the OK Corral.
Ooh.
OMG. I think I'm turning into a curmudgeon.
You think?
A pissy,
Think?
bitchy, and itchy old man. You know what else happens when you turn into an old man?
Uh-oh.
You have health issues.
I'm not sure I want to know this.
You all know I found out I was a diabetic a few years back, right? Yeah, with medicine and lifestyle changes, I got my A1C under control.
Okay.
I got lax with that at the beginning of the China virus. It started off with, I will just have this as a treat. And now I'm working from home with my kitchen 10 feet away from me. Oh, my numbers haven't changed, so I can get away with more. I slipped up. And more ended up being a lot more.
Uh-oh.
Ice cream, French fries,
No.
candy,
No. No.
potato chips, macaroni salad, pasta. I became used to seeing the same numbers, so I wasn't testing every day. Oh, yeah, I did it to myself. My A1C was tested last week, and it was out of control. So now, gone are the aforementioned items. They're all gone. and I am pissy and bitchy. Some of the sugar-free substitutions and supplements I am taking give me the trots.
I could have done with
And they are the come out of nowhere, no warning, this is happening now, explosive, loud, toilet shaking, elimination of your bowels where you expect to see your very soul end up in the drink. I'm going to have to install a grab bar on the wall opposite my commode to grab a hold of so I don't launch off the porcelain throne as if I'm a SpaceX Falcon 9 rocket blasting off to deploy more of Elon's satellites.
Oh my God.
There's a stench involved when this happens, too. It is so concentrated that my eyes start to water and my nose starts to twitch as if I'm trying to cast a spell on Durwood.
And that's the bottom line, because Stone Cold said so.
My tenants upstairs start banging on the floor when this happens at 3 a.m. I don't know if it is my crying, their floors shaking, or the stink permeating 2 layers of plywood and insulation that is the root of their issue. I have not asked.
Do not.
I fear driving more than a few miles. I now have a complete change of pants and drawers in the trunks of my cars. I've sneezed in my mask before, so I'm pretty sure I know what voiding my pants will feel like. Thankfully, within the past week, I've been able to get my glucose numbers down over 100 points. I've also been losing weight while this is happening.
Whilst.
And we all know where those pounds are going. When you catch a whiff that offends your olfactory system on East Main Street near Mainline Drive, that's just me shedding some poundage.
Where's the kaboom? There was supposed to be an earth-shattering kaboom.
And there probably was.
Thank God, thank God, thank God that I decided to install a Total Washlet 200 a few years ago. Back then it was to strive to be cleaner, as well as to save toilet paper. And now it is saving my ass.
Oh.
Let's pay our bills. We'll be back right after this.
Oh,
I'm Scott Manley. Fly safe.
At the count of 3, I want everybody in the place to be to make some noise if you're down with me. 1, 2, 3. Hit me with the horns, 20. Keep making noise. Keep making noise. Yeah. Oh, 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 oh. Here we go now. 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 Here we go. Here we go. Now listen. Some of y'all might know this, and some of y'all don't. Some of y'all might get with this, and some of y'all won't. But listen, let me clear my throat. Oh, have mercy, babe. Ha! I hope you don't mind. Let me clear my throat. Special dedication going out to everybody here in Bahama Bay, in Philadelphia. Here we go now. Check it out. Yeah, rock to the rhythm of the funky line, so I can get busy just one more time to the beat, and you don't quit. It's that old school rap with that new school hit. Beat a pipe and pick a pimp up, a cool rap the rhyme, and I can still rip up the house. Every goddamn time I get on the mic, I go crazy. Peace out to CeeLo, Flex, and Doug Lazy. I bet you never knew, but now you know. I'm the undisputed king of this disco, and I never let the mic magnetize me no more. Cause DJ Cool rip up the whole damn flow. Now I'ma rock around with the greatest of ease and swing it like a man on the flying trapeze. And if you don't like it, you can grab on these. And now I need some help from the maestro, please. Jam! Ha! So look at here. Check the flavor of the rhythm I wrote. And while I get a chance here, let me clear my throat. Oh! Have mercy, babe. Ha! I hope you don't mind. Let me clear my throat. I need these monitors right here. Music in the monitors. And it go a little something like this here. Now, if y'all wanna party like we do, if y'all wanna party like us, let me hear say, ah, 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 ah. If y'all wanna party like we do, if y'all wanna just freeze one time. When I say freeze, y'all stop on the dime. When I say freeze, you just freeze one time. When I say freeze, y'all stop on the dime. Freeze! Now, all the ladies in the place, if you got real hair, real fingernails, if you got a job, you going to school, and you don't need nobody to help you handle your business, make some noise. 1, 2, 3, come on now. When I say freeze, you just freeze one time. When I say freeze, y'all stop on the dime. When I say freeze, you just freeze one time. When I say freeze, y'all stop on the dime. Freeze. Now, to all the brothers in the place that don't give a damn about what them ladies talking about, cause you just trying to get your man, make some noise. Now, let me clear my throat. Oh! I hope you don't mind. Let me clear my throat. Special dedication going out to all the ladies and all the brothers in here. Like to love y'all to get here. Damn. Oh, let me send my little shout outs here. Special dedication once again going out to everybody here, Bahama Bay in Philadelphia. We love y'all madly. Special dedication going out to Mellow T, Walt Beater Jr., Don Mack, Charlie Mack, DJ Rand, Cosmic Kev. Special dedication going out to Frank Steve and Lorenzo Ice-T. And if you're with me, I need some help from the music, from the maestro. Check it out. Somebody make some noise in this joint, man.
Support for community radio on WSKB is provided by Betts Plumbing and Heating Supply Company, an independent, family-owned wholesaler serving Westfield for over 50 years, specializing in plumbing, heating, and industrial piping supplies. On the web at bettsplumbing.com or at 14 Coleman Avenue in Westfield.
I'm Mark Auerbach. Join me every Friday at 8 a.m. for Arts Beat, where you'll meet interesting actors, directors, designers, and musicians here in Western New England.
Community Radio.
89.5 WSKB.
Live from Studio 120 at Westfield Technical Academy, this is WCPC Channel 15 and 89.5 FM, WSKB Westfield.
Shady Acres. Shady Acres.
I'm Avery Carrington. Shady Acres is an incredible, upscale, state-of-the-art, top-notch condominium development. A short drive out of town on some pristine wetlands, away from the noise and uninvited diversity of the city.
Shady Acres.
And when you buy into that dream that is Shady Acres, not only do you get a luxurious 5,000 square foot condo with underground parking for your newly acquired sports car, but there's also a jacuzzi for entertaining.
Jacuzzi.
Each condo is tastefully furnished with a stock bar and an exotic waterbed shaped like a dollar sign. Shady Acres also has a golf range, firing range, helipad, and exotic petting zoo. When your kids come to visit, you're successful. Start defining your lifestyle. Start defining yourself.
Shady Acres.
Just trying to get used to things because because I scheduled a trip down to Florida.
Mm-hmm.
Now, all my cookies are telling everyone to throw more ads at me. So I'm getting all the timeshare things. 4 days, 3 nights for $100. You know.
Yep.
So I'm getting prepared by listening to sales pitches like that now. So
I like the fact that you have an underground garage on wetlands.
Yeah.
What was that? Say that again.
An underground garage in wetlands.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Seems like that might be your jacuzzi.
Kenny, are you planning on using or taking advantage of all these 4-day things so that you put them all together and you actually have a vacation that is paid for by condos that you're not going to buy?
Yeah. I'm going to sit through their 2-hour sales pitch, and
I love it.
I'm going to smile through the whole thing.
And pretend that you're interested?
Not even pretend. They will know that I am there.
just for that.
Yes.
I can picture that so well.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
You want to throw out the offer?
He'll go for it.
Yeah.
Then go for it. That's exactly right. If you want to pretend that you're being kind, etc.,
Yeah.
and then gonna guilt people into buying or even bullying them.
And that happens to a lot of people, but you know my will. I'm strong-willed.
Oh no!
I love to say no.
Yeah, and in 2022, with these new resolutions of yours, watch out. Oh my!
That's
God.
right. We have the new Ken.
The new Ken for 2022. This is January 18th. This is the Den, Ken's Den. Ken Stomsky behind the microphone. Seated at the right hand of the Kenny is Den Mother Extraordinaire Kathy Palmer.
I be here.
Inside the control room, Peter Cole's Kitten of the Keys, Chairman Meow, the January justifier of what was it?
I
Joy?
don't know.
Jocularity.
Jocularity, maybe. Yeah.
No, because I might accidentally say something else in place of that word. We can't do
Good
that
point.
one. Yeah.
The jock of the joysticks.
No.
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 The jock of joy. I love that. What's so wrong with the jock of joy? Peter would like that.
I'm getting the stink eye from Kathy on that one.
No.
Well, he's sort of like a disc jockey in a way.
Yeah.
January. This is going to be a tough one.
I know. Well, by the time we figure it out, it'll be February.
It'll be February. And then,
I'm not even going there.
Speaking of February, the first show of February.
You are not
first
gonna be
Tuesday.
there.
It's your show again.
I know. Harry has agreed to come in, and we tentatively have Carol Palmer, the other Palmer, to come in and talk about Stanley Park and things we have going on up there.
She's been a co-host on the Joe Show for a while now.
I know.
She's great. Carol Palmer?
Carol Palmer.
Carol Palmer. Rock Palmer's wife?
Yes.
Yes.
Do you know any other?
Yeah, Nani.
Do you know
No,
any
I know
other?
it. I was trying to. Yeah, but she's working for Stanley Park now.
Well, she's on the board up there, and she and Rock have been very, very active in fundraising and doing things for the park itself.
Oh, I got it. Of course.
So as I was saying, Peter Cole's in the control room. Over on West Silver Street, Bob Plass.
Hello. Oh my God.
Bob, are you afraid to come out in the cold? Is that it?
No, I think he's lazy. He just doesn't want to leave his house.
Yeah.
Oh, no. I'm still. I hate to bring out the worst in me, but I was on the Cape and I was COVID safe on the Cape in a bubble, except for when we went out, et cetera, and I'm just being cautious for myself and for others.
Do you ever go to the supermarket?
Bob, that means you'd give it to us. We don't care.
Yeah, I know it, but I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to have that guilt on me, for one. And also,
Bob, do you feel guilty when you give somebody the flu? No.
No, I do.
How long
Of course I do.
How long do you have to quarantine, Bob?
He doesn't.
I don't have to. If I don't want to.
There's no rules to quarantine at all.
Well, then I don't understand.
Right. Means he wants to sleep a little bit longer. That's all it is.
Well, I do too.
Yeah.
You know, what are you going to do next week with making the list, Bob?
I'll come right in. Oh my God! Oh, but I want to. I'll sit. I have to sit in the Kathy place over there.
I'm perfectly fine with that.
That would be fine.
All right.
Okay.
So Kathy,
Great.
so Kathy
Hey.
and Chef and Rick will sit at the big boy seat, big boy table.
That's very good.
All right.
Yeah, I would appreciate that. Hey, question for you.
Do we need answers?
And I might have to talk to Kathy on this one. But it's punchki season, and how does I hate to tell you, Kenny, how does your new diet allow for punchki?
Good question. Can you have them?
Have you thought about that? Because
I'm getting a look. Oh, Bob, I'm getting a really bad look here. I'm not going to make eye contact.
Yeah,
I know where this is going.
Yeah.
I know where this
now
is
it's
going.
time for therapy with Bob Plass.
You know what?
He won't let you in the door, Ken.
No, I'm gonna, Kath. I think we've got to see him because when I walked through the Big Y, I thought of Ken immediately. When it says Punchkis are back, I sort of think of Kenny all the
Don't
time.
you? I do too. The minute I see it, Ken's picture comes to mind. I
Yeah.
always think of him.
I do. I know it. And that, he might be at our door now. So
I don't
why
know.
don't you?
Somebody is. I'm not going. Wait, I'll have to
Well,
get my
I'm going
mask
to walk
on.
over.
All right,
I'm going to
but
walk
Bob,
over.
you got to put your mask on.
Oh, God,
You
that's
can't
right.
go without your mask.
You're right. You're right. Here, I'll just put my hand in front of my face.
All right.
That'll work. Welcome, Ken. Come right in. Mr. Punchki himself.
Look like you're getting ready to punch me there, Robert.
What?
Look like you're getting ready to punch me.
Oh.
Punch me
no.
with my punchkis.
Oh, yeah.
So,
let's
over the past week, I slowly cleared out a lot of my cabinets of anything that had, excess sugar or carbohydrates in it. A week and a half ago, I got a 4-pack of punchki. I had 2 apple and I had 2 Bavarian 3 days before my A1C was.
Oh, that explains a lot.
Yeah. So I did have some this season, but yeah, I'm not a happy camper. I'm not going to be buying any more punchki this
No, none, not even one.
No, I told you I'm a very unhappy, pissy, miserable old man right now.
And I
That'll
was going to
explain
make a special trip to Bob's Punchki shop in Chicopee.
Yeah, well, you would find that they are closed.
They closed, Bob. They closed a while
Yeah, they're
ago.
gone.
They retired. They're gone.
Oh my! Where are we going to buy our punchki? Well, I think we don't have to worry about it because Kenny is now passed on the punchki.
Kenny, you don't have to
You
deny
punched
yourself
out. You punched it out.
everything, right? You could have one.
I'm doing everything I can over the next 3 days because I have to go back in April to readdress my A1C.
But that doesn't.
Well,
hold
on. I'm gonna have a week in Florida next week.
Okay.
All right. 2 weeks after that, I'm gonna have 2 weeks or a week and a half or 8 days in Virginia, and then a month after that, I'm gonna have 5 days in Vegas. So I'm gonna have 3 real big cheat weeks. So I'm doing everything I can now because the A1C is
Gotcha.
It goes back 3-4 months.
Yeah, get it under control.
And I want to prove to Akinyele that, hey, look, I can at least do something about it. So that is why.
Okay.
And that is, we went to Tiger's Pride last week. I came down here to do some work on something, and we went to Tiger's Pride. And I'm like, okay, well, they have a pasta special or a sandwich. So the sandwich is going to be a lot less worse than the pasta. And then we're like, okay, well, what's the side for the sandwich? Oh, pasta salad. I'm like, no. Luckily, Kate Phelan was with us. And she was like, oh, geez, no. Don't you have any vegetables? So they're like, hey, you know what? We'll bring you some broccoli. And
broccoli.
And I said,
That's
you know
gonna
what?
help
You know
your
what? I will
bathroom.
take the broccoli myself as well. Now, if I am sitting at a restaurant now, and I say, no, don't give me that awesome pasta salad. Give me broccoli. and it was all it was steamed. It wasn't really. It didn't do anything to it. So if I can do that, then I think I'm prepared to go forward with it. But it's really painful, Bob, because oftentimes, I used to keep junk food in my living room, and at any time I'd have 3 or 4 bags of chips, candy bars, but I would graze at them. I'd have, 8 or 9 potato chips. I'm not one of those who would go through the whole bag. But apparently, just those 8 or 9 is enough to give you 30% of your carbohydrate for the day.
Wow.
Yeah, I started looking at these labels, and I'm like, my gosh. He told me to only have 5.5 ounces of wine every day. Like that is going to happen.
Oops.
All right? So I'm making all these other sacrifices everywhere else so I could have my bottle of wine at night.
Okay.
I'm not giving that one up, so I have to,
I have a question. What happens? Because I don't really know what diabetes does to you. What happens?
Man, it can screw you up.
Yeah, I know physically, but what happens if you don't get it down? Then what do you have to do?
prepare to die and prepare to have issues.
If it gets too high.
Yeah, kidney problems, heart issues, blood pressure issues, blindness, loss of extremities.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Nasty.
No.
Yeah.
But is there a way that you can control it and be able to welcome into your life something that approximates a sugar treat without it being sugar?
Yeah. You didn't listen to the monologue at all?
Oh, I did.
Don't ask for a repeat, Bob.
No. Yeah.
Yeah, a lot of these things use what's called sugar alcohols. All right? And sugar alcohols are not digested by your body. They go right through. One is xylitol. You might see that on a list of something that's sugar-free. It's, the one of them, actually, it's derived from prunes.
Oh,
So,
okay.
it definitely acts like a laxative.
Okay.
And I did get some monk fruit, which is almost like sugar, monk fruit sweetener. And I got this big bag of stevia, and amazingly, the stuff is great. I mean, stevia. It comes from a plant.
Yeah, it's a plant-based sugar substitute.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's very good.
Yeah,
it's
very good. So I'm starting to play around with that. I've got some almond flour that I'm going to try to come up with cookies or pizza dough or something.
Yeah. How about grapes or raisins and walnuts?
I actually got some. Oh, you have to be careful with fruits because fruits are high in sugar. Now, it's a good type of carbohydrate and a good sugar, but it still goes towards your sugar count, your glycemic index, right?
Oh.
And I looked all into this glycemic index crap like 3 years ago, and I was really into it. I was like, okay, I'm going to stick to it, and I didn't, and I screwed myself, right? But, you mentioned grapes. I actually made these this past weekend. You take white grapes, you cut them in half. You coat them with lemon juice, and you freeze them.
Oh, they're delicious.
They taste like gummy bears.
Oh, man. Yeah.
Interesting.
I always forget to freeze my grapes because that's a really great treat if you freeze the grapes and they're like little, and they melt in your mouth, not on your hands. Just great.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So.
Well, that's certainly.
So I'm trying to embrace the change in lifestyle.
Okay.
I know when I go out to Vegas, I am going to be eating half a pizza by myself at night. All right. I'm going to be ordering Hawaiian barbecue when I'm in Florida.
Okay.
When I'm in Florida, I think that's going to be pizza. But that's not as bad as other things.
I saw in the frozen food section, Kenny, cauliflower pizza that was made from the crust made from cauliflower.
Yeah, and did you see that pizza was $12?
Yeah, but healthy costs money.
Yeah, and that's where I have my problem because I'm a cheap bastard. I mean, I just.
By the way, can I throw this one out here? Just completely derail everybody. Happy birthday, Barbara Trant.
Oh, happy birthday, Barbara.
Today is her birthday?
Yes.
She doesn't watch my program.
Doesn't make a difference. We should still be nice. Kenny, if you're going to be in Orlando, you're going to be in Orlando, right?
Right.
You need to take a Uber to Mrs. Potato.
Potatoes are one of the worst things I can eat.
I understand that, but one shot, Mrs. Potato has something called a what do they call it? A rasta.
Say that again.
Rasta. It's Peruvian.
Okay.
You don't think I've already been on Grubhub and DoorDash looking at my options?
Well, if you get a chance,
I've been on there for hours.
You take a little bit each day and then you pace it out, but it would be the best.
And that's in Orlando, you said?
Yeah. It's one of the Triple D joints I go to every time I'm down in that part of Florida.
Interesting.
I'm gonna be surviving off of DoorDash when I'm down there. There's a couple of things walkable, but I don't plan on getting a taxi or calling an Uber or a Lyft. I'm going to be underneath that sun getting energized. I mean, I'm just going to right by the pool all day. I mean,
no. For 2 hours, you're going to be listening to some salesman telling you about
Yeah,
the
right.
condo.
oh,
on
not for
the
this
fourth
one.
floor.
Not for this one.
Oh, this is okay.
Yeah, I walked into a deal, Bob. $28 to fly down, and $48 to fly back.
What?
On Southwest, which means I don't have to pay extra for carry-on or baggage or anything.
Wow, that's a good deal.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
I couldn't turn it down, so I needed to find a place to stay. I found a resort that's a conference center, so it's nice, but it's not geared towards families.
Okay.
So I'm not going to have all these little brats running around at the pool splashing me while I'm trying to get some color, right?
There you go.
So I use my noodle, $60 a night.
Now, how long are you going to be there?
A week.
Wow.
Yeah, Monday through Friday.
Excellent.
Are you getting a pass to Disney World?
Hell no.
As well?
Oh, God.
Who the hell wants to go
I wouldn't
there?
want to do that
I
either.
don't know who can afford it anymore. Disney
No,
is
I
just
just
gone out
wondered.
of sight.
I mean, just to get a thing of popcorn now, the line was like 3 hours long.
I think a Disney pass is like $140 a day or something.
Yeah, it's very expensive, but I just
awful.
wondered.
It's awful.
Why
So
would
you
I want to?
basically
Why would I
go-
want to do that?
Well, I don't know. When you go to Florida,
To punch the mouse in the face? I mean, what else am I? What am I going to do there?
Space Mountain.
I've been to Epcot for a private party even, and I'm like,
Yeah,
okay,
right.
well, geez.
I do love Disney. I love Disney. I love Epcot. I like Universal. I prefer Disney to Universal, but it's just it's so expensive.
Volcano
And-
Island is in my backyard of the place I'm staying at.
There you go.
What's the name of it?
Volcano Island. It's
Volcano
right,
Island.
part of Universal. It's on the
Ah.
opposite on the opposite side of the highway from where I am.
I got it.
Yeah.
What's the name of your conference center? The Motel 6 Conference Center or something like that?
It's the Easy 8, Bob.
The Easy
Not
8
again.
Conference Center?
No, it's the Avante Palms.
Avante Palms.
How are the reviews on that? Usually those.
The reviews are 50-50, which means that it's going to be okay.
Okay.
Because
50-50.
because if you get
You mean-
pissed off, you're always going to write something
That's true. Yeah.
crappy,
Mhm.
and you tend to embellish. And if you have a real good experience, a lot of times you don't say anything about it. I mean,
Okay.
that's how we are. So when a
No,
place,
you're right.
Easy 8 had a crap ton of bad reviews, but I'm like, you know what, for San Diego for $48 a night, I'm going to give it a shot. And ultimately, it wasn't bad, with the exception of that, the kids who should have been in school and the people living there, and the sign at the pool that says, "Don't come in here if you've had diarrhea within 14 days."
They're not gonna. Oh my God! Wait a minute, Kenny.
You
With
don't
your
remember
new
this?
diet? You're gonna not be able to go into any pool.
Oh, you had to go there, Bob, didn't you?
Wow.
Well,
Diarrhea.
be
You have
realistic about-
diarrhea when you're sick and have dysentery. I'm just gonna have the trots because I'm.
Thank you, Bob.
Yeah, it's gonna be completely different.
I-
I'll wear a waterproof diaper if you're that concerned for
I
me.
have a question for you. Do you write hotel reviews ever?
I've done a few, yeah.
I've done a few too.
Yeah.
You have too, Peter? What about you, Bob? Do you write reviews?
Oh yeah, I do. Of course, except when it's something that's really I don't want it to be known because that's selfish, isn't it? Now that I think about it.
Well, I don't know what you mean.
Well,
He doesn't
yeah,
want
I don't
people to
want-
know where
you know,
he's been, showing it off.
Yeah.
Yeah. See,
I
even
don't-
I knew what he was getting at there.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
But
I don't know.
I usually end up doing, before I write a bad review, I don't really deal with the desk because that sets a tone during the rest of your stay. And here's the troublemaker. Oh, here's the pain in the ass, right? So I try to, if I can live with whatever it is, I do. Then I contact corporate, and then corporate usually just sends me a bonus. Okay, stay free next time. And then I write a review saying, okay, it was horrible. This was a problem, but corporate did, make good on it. So that's how I handle that situation.
That's a smart deal because you're giving them a chance to make it up.
Yeah, I even have a great nickname on TripAdvisor.
You do?
Yes.
Share it with us, my friend.
Kenny flies high. No, I don't smoke weed, but airplanes, they hit 40,000 feet, so that's high. So Kenny flies high.
Kenny flies
Let
high.
people think what they may when they hear that.
Yeah,
right?
Yeah. Rather than Kenny World Traveler. No. Kenny, the what's the name of the place? Motel 8?
Kenny, the budget motel. Oh, I'm gonna no. I'm sticking with Kenny Flies High. Regardless of what it means.
Works for me.
Yeah.
Works for me.
You're known as a motelier, like a hotelier.
Bob, what is your advice for Ken today? He has a lot of issues with the winter.
Oh, yeah.
Yes,
Okay.
he needs some
Alrighty.
counseling.
Well,
Listen to
we've
this,
managed-
Bob. Wait, stop. He can't.
Yeah.
This is what his problem is. He's got a lot, and you've got to fix it. This is your job. He can't eat the punchkis, so that's a problem.
Ice cream is gone.
And it's winter time, so you got a lot of work here. You better stop and think about this.
I've got a 1.2 cubic
Oh,
foot
yeah.
air fryer, and I can't do French fries in it anymore.
See, Bob? Fix him.
Since when does my receptionist have a way in to my therapy sessions with my clients?
Well, listen.
Have I paid you for this advice?
Yes.
My friend?
Yes, I'm now becoming your associate.
Oh, that's right. Okay, all right. Look, then let's give you another passion. Let's eliminate your punchki passion. Okay, get rid of the punchki passion.
Did you say eliminate?
Yeah.
Eliminate.
Okay. I can do it on demand now.
Okay, we're getting.
Hold on. Let me get back to my computer. All right. I'm back here.
We're going to get rid of his punchki passion, and we're going to substitute a passion for some other thing. Co-colleague, co-therapist.
Yes.
Miss Palmer, could you solve what are we going to make Kenny's new passion? Or we're going to attend. Oh, I got it.
Okay.
When does Big Brother start again?
Ooh, good one.
You don't
Good one.
You don't eat Big Brother. Hit the thing. All right.
Oh. Hit the thing, Big Brother.
I believe it might be the 27th.
Okay. All right. So it may
Celebrity
be coming
Big Brother.
around that you might be focused on Big Brother. But okay.
That's a focus, though. It's not.
So we need to find something that you can put in your mouth.
Oh.
What? How about a nice carrot?
I hate carrots.
How about
actually, and carrots, they have a wicked lot of sugar in them too.
Oh, Brussels sprouts.
Refer to the monologue.
Oh my God. Okay, so it's got to, Kathleen. It's got to.
And there have to be something with staying power too. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. See, life sucks.
Walnuts.
My dental work does not appreciate nuts of any type.
How about crushed nuts? What if we crushed your nuts?
That'd be a little painful, Bob. I wouldn't be interested in that.
It's a solution.
Go ahead and hit that thing, Kathy. Hit it. See what happens when you don't get any sleep? I didn't really sleep last night.
How about sushi?
Love it, but rice is a carbohydrate.
It's surprising how many really what we think of as healthy food are high in sugars,
Mhm.
high in carbs,
Yeah.
and high in cholesterol.
I don't care about the cholesterol now. I don't care about the fat. And I actually said during lunch last week, I'm going to end up going from sugar to salt. Thankfully, I have like 8 different types of soy sauce at home.
Oh.
So I'm going to, yeah.
Oh.
How about
Yeah, I'm going right to salt.
guacamole? Made
Yeah,
with
but
avocado.
Again, that's
Avocado,
not something.
onions. I
Yeah,
think
so I'm
this
going to
is
just bite into an onion and enjoy that.
Well, I love that.
You like just biting into an onion and eating it?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I like
you're
I
screwed
like
in the
raw
head.
onions.
Yeah, I don't believe you're my therapist suggesting something like that.
Well, I'm just trying to avoid keeping you.
And avocado is good, but I can't eat guacamole every day or every other day.
Yes,
I
you
mean,
can. Yes, you can, and you can.
I need variety because of my personality, my
Okay,
my
all right.
drive.
So could we?
But yeah,
substitute-
guac is okay if you want to subsidize it for me, because the good stuff is like $7 for like 5 tablespoons.
No. You're gonna make your own guacamole with an avocado is about $1.70 at the Big Y. Okay.
I know how to make guacamole. I've made it.
And you know how to make good guacamole, I bet. I bet your guac is really delicious.
It is, but it's not something that I'm going to prepare and eat every day.
You just put the yellow lemon stuff on it. We'll keep it nice and fresh for you. Okay, one day is guacamole. The other day, how about some kind of hummus?
Holy moly.
No, too many carbs in hummus.
Okay, tzatziki.
Because I already looked.
Tzatziki.
Tzatziki is a condiment, Bob.
No, you can put it on.
It's a condiment. It's a Greek
How about
condiment.
olives?
It's a condiment.
Yeah.
Oh, how about olives?
Been eating those. Yeah. I'll go through a can a day of the black ones, and I take
Ooh,
I take fat-free Italian dressing, and I marinate them a bit. Yeah.
I don't
Oh,
like those.
delicious.
Smachnego.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. So we've got 2 things:
Olives and avocados.
olives, avocado,
And they're both high fat, and I don't care.
yeah.
I don't care at this point because everything's being flushed out.
How about bacon? A nice strip of bacon.
Any type of meat is acceptable. So I've been eating
So
a
there we go.
lot of meat. Meat and cheeses, I don't have an issue with. I can eat them all day.
Well, oh my God. Then we can do cheese. A little cheese whiz goes a long way.
Cheese whiz is processed cheese, and it's not good for you. I'm talking about block cheese.
It's hard to
I
find
like
right
block,
now.
all right. So block cheese. How about
And I'm already doing that, and I've always done that. And I've got
Boursin.
I've got steak marinating in my fridge right now, and I have chicken breasts that I sous vide 2 days ago. So I've got meat. I'm doing meat. I'm talking about middle of the afternoon when it's time for me to graze, and I'm not having a meal because I graze 8-9 times a day.
What's popcorn?
I've always done that. I can't do popcorn with my dental work, and it gets hung up in my throat. Popcorn's not good for me.
Okay.
But it's based on corn, which means there's carbs there.
Let's get working on your dental problem then.
I have the solution to that, which I'm not going to get into.
Oh, okay. All right. We won't go there, Kathy.
Yeah, it won't
But
be.
we do
It
have-
won't. It won't be a problem in a few years. That's
Okay.
all I'm. That's all I'm saying.
Rome wasn't built in a day. We've got at least 2. If you double it, we got 4 of your 7 days covered
Well,
because you're going to alternate between.
They didn't have Red
guacamole.
Bull. They didn't have Red Bull, Bob. That's why Rome wasn't built in a day. We have Red Bull now.
Oh, all right. Okay.
I got that.
Guacamole, cheese, guacamole and cheese, and what's the other one?
Biting into a raw onion.
Yeah. I love this.
Oh, pickled pearl onions. I need to order some of them
Pickled
I'll
onions are good.
I'll eat those things right out of the jar.
Well, there you go.
And you know what else I eat out of the jar, Bob?
What?
Capers. There's something about anything in a brine.
That's too salty though.
Oh,
Yeah,
I love
that's
it.
real salty.
And I save that juice and I shoot some of the I've been doing apple cider vinegar shot 3 times a day.
Healthy as can be for you. Look at
By the way, chef's coming in hot at 9:05.
All right.
Kathleen, I gotta say that we're going to have to ask him for his money now.
I can't afford it now because I have to pay more for my food.
Bob, what are you going to do? He's not going to pay. I can't.
I have to.
do,
Bill it to Biden Care.
My grocery bill is 3 to 4 times more now that I have to eat this
All
way.
right. Here's what we're gonna, Kathleen. Here's what we're gonna do.
Yes.
Feed me,
Kenny,
Seymour.
We're not going to charge you this week. You take that $50 and you invest in just a week of good food, good snacking for you. We'll give you a week of good snacking, and then I'll handle your problem next week.
And then next week he'll charge me double.
Well, they might, but just, you know, for now you're safe. Use that $50 well. I'm leaving. I gotta.
You have to get out. You have to get out there and volunteer.
I gotta see a man about a horse.
Of course.
Yeah, and I am also gonna.
There's another reference.
You get that reference? Who else got that reference? Anybody?
But nobody talks to a horse.
It's the famous Mr. Red.
Nobody talks to a horse.
Of course.
But nobody talks to a horse, of course, unless, of course, the horse
is the
Of course, is the famous Mr. Ed. Go right to the source and ask the horse, and he'll give you with answer without remorse. That
you're
is, of
good,
course,
Bob.
unless the horse is the famous Mr. Ed.
Oh, you get the prize. That's
There we are.
good.
And you know where we keep next to where we keep that horse?
Where do you keep it?
Next to my mother, the car.
Another one.
All right,
Another
I'm
the
out of
car.
here. Hey, Kenny? What's the subject? What's the subject on next week when we're going to be doing making the list?
I'll let you know.
We don't know
I can't
yet.
wait.
It's a secret.
I can't wait. All righty, everybody. I'll see you. Love you. Get out there and volunteer.
Yeah. Watch
Go
go
to
watch
Westfield on
Regis
weekends.
and Kathy Lee. Yeah.
Yeah. WestfieldOnWeekends.com for all of the things. Also, the Penguin Plunge is coming up. You got to go to the Children's Museum to website to get all kinds of information on that. And happy Thesaurus Day. It's also Winnie the Pooh Day. Kathleen, you should read a little Winnie the Pooh to your friends.
I love Winnie the Pooh. Winnie the Pooh's one
Winnie
of
the
my
Pooh Day.
favorites.
That's today.
Okay.
Yeah.
What did Tigger find in the forest?
What did Tigger find in the porridge?
Forest.
Forest.
I
don't know.
A Tigger found the honeybee, honey hive.
No, he found Winnie's Pooh.
We're back to that. Bye. I'm leaving.
Wow, that was a rough first hour.
Burn down the store, take what you want and more. Shop until you drop, voodoo consumer never stop. Load up on supplies, no sale, no compromise. Gun crazy down the mall, voodoo consumer take it all. Eat this, drink this, try this, charge it, it's fabulous. Step right up and take it, it's fabulous. If you can't afford it, fake it. Be deviously dangerous, ridiculously cool. Let's make it fabulous. 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 Drive me to the bank, kneel down and give me thanks. Grab Drink this, drive this, charge it, it's fabulous. Step right up and take it, it's fabulous. If you can't afford it, fake it. Be deviously dangerous, ridiculously cool. Let's make it fabulous. Too late, voodoo consumer terminals. Eat this, drink this, drive this, buy this, wear this, fly this, play this, charge it, it's fabulous. Step right up and take it, it's fabulous. If you can't afford it, fake it. Be deviously dangerous, ridiculously marvelous, meticulously treacherous, disarduously cruel. Just make it fabulous. 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 Fabulous.
Support for community radio on WSKB is provided by Betts Plumbing and Heating Supply Company, an independent, family-owned wholesaler serving Westfield for over 50 years, specializing in plumbing, heating, and industrial piping supplies. On the web at bettsplumbing.com or at 14 Coleman Avenue in Westfield.
Support for the community programming of WSKB is provided by the Dunkin' Donut Shops of Westfield and the Sardinia family. It's nice to know that even as the world changes, Dunkin' Coffee remains the same at 7 convenient locations throughout Westfield.
Join us the third Wednesday of every month with Selectman Joe Didi and his take on everything Southwick.
Community Radio.
89.5 WSKB.
Live from Studio 120 at Westfield Technical Academy, this is WCPC Channel 15 and 89.5 FM, WSKB Westfield.
Coming for the Exorbio 720 gaming system. Some video games are set in hell, others in post-apocalyptic wastelands. Now, there's a shooter set in the most culturally terrifying place in the world, the South.
I'm gonna have some fun with you, boy.
Pride, not prejudice. Commit farmyard sodomy. Make drugs, drink grain alcohol, and drive at high speed. Mow down commies, eat pigs and foreigners, save the South against liberals, land prospectors, and out homosexuals in a place that's hot as the sun and swarming with disease-carrying insects. Pride, not prejudice. The shooter we've all been waiting for. Only for the Exorbio 720 gaming system.
Oh, dear Lord.
And
where did you find that?
And that game was such a success.
Coming for the Exorbio 720 gaming system. Play the game GameTastic.com called Not As Bad As It Seems, and the Liberty Tree called Derivative and Boring, but in a fun way. Pride, not prejudice. Presenting the first-person shooter like no other, apart from all the ways it copies lots of other games. With a riveting, cliche-ridden storyline by a moron of a writer who's never been anywhere near the South, and levels designed by ripping off every shooter. You'll fight for Southern justice in the Southern Middle East, while climbing a Southern frozen waterfall on a Southern ship that's about to sink, all while eating ribs and watching college football. In the final boss level, you fight a tornado with your bare hands.
Damn you, God! You ain't gonna kill me!
Pride, not prejudice. The shooter we've all been waiting for. Only for the Exorbio 720 gaming system.
What the?
Yes. Finish that sentence.
I love the South. I really do. I really do.
Not like that. That's every cliche in the book.
I know.
And you know the biscuits and gravy thing. I'll just have to do the gravy because there's no carbs or sugar in that. If
I'll put it over cauliflower.
You know, I can drink.
Hey, you know what? Have them put it over cauliflower.
I'll be able to drink that southern gravy by the cup.
You do know that has flour in it,
That's
right?
gross.
Yeah, it adds a minimal amount to
Okay,
the
but
carbs.
put it over. That would be great over like cauliflower.
Why?
Why when you can just drink it?
You know, as a drink. Well, you get sausage gravy. Put it over a slice of cauliflower that you've like pan fried. You see, get that texture, and it's like biscuits and gravy.
Yeah, you know what else? You know what else is great about being down in the south?
hold on.
Mike won. Fried chicken. I can eat all the fried chicken in the world I want now.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
All right, chef, try it now.
I'm here. Here I am.
I'm not. I'm going to the bathroom. I'll be back.
Well, you
talk amongst yourselves.
You came close to having a hole in your head using that green thing.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
it looks like you're ready to go hunting.
Maybe. Well, no hiking, so I don't get shot.
Hiking. You can do the hiking. Yep, you can. Good morning.
Good morning. What a glorious day we've got going out there. Sun shines bright. Full moon just.
I don't see my belt. You
Dipped.
were supposed to bring it with you.
Oh, goodness. So many things going on. The belt it's hanging on the wall.
Is it really?
In my
You need to
son's room.
post a picture of it on your Facebook.
I should do that. Yes.
Are
yes.
you
We're
gonna be
excited.
able? Are you gonna be able to make it next week for making the list?
Yeah.
Okay, good. We'll get to that in a bit.
It's in my book.
Yeah. Yeah. So nice to see you. You know, I tried getting in here right before Thanksgiving to talk about Thanksgiving food. You jet off. You're out of the area. I tried to get you here right before Christmas. Nope. No, I'm gone. I'm out of the area. You're traveling and jet setting more than me right now.
I don't know about that, but it's the first time for everything, right? You know, it's, some of the first trips I've taken in a long time, and it was really good stuff.
Where did you go?
Well, Thanksgiving we did family stuff. I think we went to Maine, and we were up there for Thanksgiving. That was really nice. Where Andrea's maternal grandparents live, and her mom moved back up there. They old farming family bought back a piece of the old farmland, retired to the thing, built their own house on it. Really nice story. Good things. They had lived here in Southwick for a long time, and then went back up to their little village in Maine.
Where it's colder.
It sometimes the weather is very similar to here. We're in that same mountain range. It just kind of runs all the way up. Yeah.
And where else?
Oh, and I took a trip to Texas for
Texas.
Yeah, that was nice. That was my first big trip to somewhere warm. Just as an adult running around.
Warm. Where'd you go? To Austin or Houston then?
Austin, although it was not warm.
It was going to be a lot warmer there in Dallas, Fort Worth, and
yeah, it was. It was. We had a day that was the same temperatures here and there while I was there. So
yeah, I can see you fitting into Austin well because that Austin is like the San Francisco, the Chillax, the Cape Cod area of Texas. They've gone very artsy and very inclusive and diverse and you don't expect a community like Austin to be in the state of Texas. I mean, it's amazing that it exists there.
It is a unique venue. I mean,
it's awesome though. I
been
love
famous
Austin.
for music for so long. I think the music community brought that to it, and and the energy and the climate. I think the year-round temperature. I think a lot of those things play key to that.
Yeah,
and it's not on a fault. So,
yeah, Austin. They have great music there, great food. I mean.
The restaurants are unbelievable. The catering company that I was working with, they put out some really great food. There's just a lot of options, very diverse. Again, with the produce, it's accessible, and you're closer to growing climates and actual where things are grown.
You're right on the Gulf.
Yeah, so there's a lot of good food there. Was interesting flying in. I flew from Bradley to Miami. And I was like, wow, that was a long flight. I wasn't thinking how far south Miami really was in Florida. And then when we took off from Miami, I was like, oh, that's the Everglades. And they stretch on forever and ever and ever. And I'm like, well, that's really neat. And then I had like taken a nap for a minute. I looked, I'm like, we're over open ocean. I'm like, how are we over open ocean? And I'm like, oh my goodness, we're like way out over the Gulf of Mexico going to Texas. I was like, that was neat.
The shortest distance between two places is a straight line.
Yeah, but not with an airline.
They follow the curve of the Earth, but there's still a hell of a lot of water between Miami and Texas there.
Yes, sure is.
Absolutely.
Yeah, because you're dealing with the shoreline, not only you got Louisiana, Is Mississippi down there too, on the coast?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because the Mississippi River empties out.
Yeah.
Gotta be.
And does Alabama show up there too, or is that on the other side? Alabama's there too.
And for most of the trip, you couldn't see the coastline. But that's one of my favorite pastimes when I'm flying now that I've done it twice, is shoot when I get a window seat, is to shoot pictures of the coastline from my camera. And then when I get back to where I have service, see if I can match up the coastline to where I was flying over, like the lineup of the town or the roads or the outline of the beach or whatever.
Yeah, you usually can't tell that much from the elevation you're at, though, the altitude.
You just got to scale the map to the right side.
Yeah. So you have the time to do that then?
Sometimes.
Yeah.
Not really, but it's an idea.
Yeah, I don't have the time to do anything like that. So it seems like the only person at this table now not traveling and getting the hell out of Dodge is Miss Kathy here.
That would be true. That would be true. I'm going to try to get to New Zealand one of these years.
Do you want to go to Florida with me next week?
No.
Swimming pool's open till 11.
I know that's what you said.
Yeah, I'm so not used to a pool being open that late. Well, I've been to resorts and hotels where the pool is open till 10, 11, 12.
Mm-hmm.
But in Vegas, they kick you out at like 5 o'clock. Because they
You know
want
what?
they
When
want
it's
you in
open,
the
right,
they
you
want
go
you
to
in the casino.
casinos. Yeah, they don't want you there.
But
Yep.
you know, all these pools they're lit up. You know, you can have a DJ set up. You can have like a nightclub by the pool. So all these places are set up for that. But they don't do that because they'd rather you be in the casino instead of out at the pool. Even though what's the name of that drink that started to become famous down in Florida? A Dole Whip. Yeah, a Dole Whip at the Flamingo Pool.
I have no idea what you're
It's
doing.
$35 for a Dole Whip.
No, sir. What's in it?
Ice cream and rum.
Oh.
And banana liqueur. I mean, if I could call up the ingredients for a Dole Whip.
It's like a Chauvenet, but different.
Yeah, well, they
You know what
came,
Chauvenet is?
No.
Chauvenet was an ice cream cocktail made famous at the Fort in Springfield, and it uses one of those liquors that nobody uses. You know, on the back of the bar there used to be this really tall yellow bottle called Galliano, and so
Galliano's a banana liqueur.
No, it's like this anisette liqueur from Italy, but it's bright yellow.
What am I thinking of?
So the bartenders, we always joke at the Italian restaurant that the owner could take that and beat the offender that was trying to rob them off the head with the bottle of Galliano. But this ice cream recipe drink that they probably still make, one of the bartenders who worked for me in my early career worked for them, and it is Grand Marnier, brandy, and the Galliano, I believe. And I might be wrong, but it's 3 boozes like that blended with vanilla ice cream. And it was their famous dessert drink. And it became so popular that they were selling a case a month of Galliano. And no bar in the history of the United States sells a bottle a month of Galliano, never mind a case. So they actually had done the research and why are you selling so much? And for a while, I believe the recipe was on the back of the bottle of Galliano and stuff like that.
Am I perhaps thinking of Frangelica or Frangelico? It's the banana liqueur you used to make a Harvey Wallbanger.
No, but there's no banana liqueur. It is the yellow stuff, not banana flavored, that makes it a Harvey Wallbanger.
Right.
It is that.
Mm-hmm.
The Galliano.
All right.
Never heard of it.
Dole Whip recipe.
Which is different than a slow, comfortable screw against the wall, but that also has Galliano in it.
Yeah, that usually ends up resulting in me having a sex on the beach. But all right, so ingredients in a Dole Whip. This is the Disney recipe version of it. 4 ounces pineapple juice, 1 big scoop of vanilla ice cream, 2 cups frozen pineapple chunks, 2 tablespoons of sugar, splash of lemon juice, pinch of salt, and you whiz it up. And they have, now
how much money does that make?
To make that an adult version, there's rum and stuff like that added to it, and that is what they charge $35 for. Yeah. No. Yeah.
The UP is stalking you, Kenny.
The what?
The UP.
Oh.
What's UP?
The train.
Union Pacific.
Oh, okay. All right.
Staring you dead on, Kenny.
Oh, I see it. Yeah.
He's stalking you. He's creeping up.
Servings, 2 servings with all that.
Oh.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, there's
that's
plenty of alcohol. They put plenty of rum in it, but $35 you can buy 2 bottles of this stuff, right?
Is there chunks in the drink that you get?
No, it's usually whizzed up really
they
well.
whip it. No,
yeah.
there wouldn't
Yeah,
be.
Dole whip.
Whip.
Should I go down that route?
No, I was waiting for it to happen anyway.
Yeah. You know, it
While
just-
I was listening.
We don't have that much time for
we don't have too much time.
For that discussion.
Ooh, you got some pie, Can I?
No, okay, I'm not going to do it. Oh, okay, yes, I am.
Ooh, you got some pie, Can I have a piece?
No. I'm
Kenny.
You're such a
Brian.
tease.
Remember New Brian?
I pray for you, Kenny. I pray for you.
It doesn't help.
I don't. He knows what he's doing.
This evening is ruined. This evening is ruined.
So $35 for a for a Dole Whip at the pool, and that's
have
when
you
and
ever
that's
had
them
one?
kicking you out at 5 o'clock. Now with the pool open from like 9 a.m. to 11 at night down in Florida, you go in at 4 o'clock, you take a nap, then you go back out around 8 o'clock at night, and you hang out at the pool in the whirlpool area as well for the next 3 hours, and you have them bring slushy drinks from the bar, and that is why I have to behave and be so serious about my sugar and carbs whilst I am in Westfield.
Have you
so I
heard
can
it-
cheat down there.
Did you listen earlier and you heard his dilemma?
No, he probably didn't.
I couldn't hear.
Yeah.
I have a radio.
Speaking
Change of
about
lifestyle. I've had to get rid of all
So-
my sugars and carbs.
Yeah.
A1C is
You
just
can make
nuts.
suggestions on
Yeah, that's
to
what I do. I've been helping a lot more people with different things on there. Once
Mm.
they figure out what they need, then I help them creatively
Mm-hmm.
figure out what makes
Find
sense for them.
substitutions
Yeah.
and
what tastes good and what they can really find new ideas that fit into those categories.
I need sugar-free, carb-free cookies.
Right.
yeah, not going to
So,
happen. Is it?
There's a yam flour called name, and I think that may be the word for yam in some language, but it's and that is almost carb.
Say name?
Yeah.
Oh, wait a minute. It's namaste. Never mind. You see what I did there? It's what happens when you don't get any sleep.
Oh no, this is the full moon kept you awake too.
Oh, did you see the full moon this morning on the drive-in?
It was
Yeah.
gorgeous out.
Oh my
with
god.
the pink clouds as the sun was coming up. I got a picture of it.
Oh wow.
actually,
that was a huge moon,
when I came in this
and I've seen a lot of huge moons.
Nope. Nope.
Don't nobody just let it go.
Go ahead and hit it. Yep.
Let it go. It's my job to tell you when you need to let it.
Oh, is it frozen again? Let it go.
So, do you have any tasty suggestions for this man?
I mean, off the top of my head,
no.
it makes life really difficult when you're but trying to keep your carbohydrates down and your sugars down and just
Yeah, it eliminates so much food. I mean,
it's eating a lot of cucumbers and stuff like that. I mean, I don't know, things that crunch that have zero, on the no calorie scale. Some of those root vegetables, but some of them have sugar. So there's
carrots
certain
have
ones
a lot.
you have to be careful which of them that don't.
Yeah.
And some of the starches convert to sugars, so that's where the carbohydrates. Why you're cutting out the carbohydrates.
Yep. Yeah, cucumbers I've always had in the fridge. Always had pickles. I know I'm going to be hitting the salt a little bit more than I was because I'm eliminating the sugar. I'm okay with that. I've got pills to take care of my blood pressure, so a little more salt won't kill me.
Just stay hydrated. That's important.
Yeah.
I mean, and hopefully you can reel it in and then bring back moderation to your life, and that's really what the key is.
And that's the problem I had. I went to moderation, and then I got complacent.
And that's yeah.
And yeah. Okay, well, I had 1 cup of ice cream. What's 2 gonna do to me?
And you know what? There was an article, and I thought
and then the rest of the container is gone, unfortunately, because
Yeah.
you know what
I need
happens.
it all. I thought of you because there was an article just a few days ago about the seasonal affective disorder. And
Yeah, I'm
they
dealing with
said
that too.
The bottom line was, they said it's a real thing. It's not something people are imagining. It's a real thing, and part of it is an eating disorder is part of season affection. It's part of it because for some reason, because you're not getting the sunlight, you're not getting the light you need, you have this need to eat to overcome the lack of sunlight.
Well, because
So you're
that
getting energy.
Hence,
that's all-
hence my grazing 12 times a day instead of
That's
5.
all. That's all part of it.
because we're trying to store that energy because
Exactly.
well the problem is if you were eating if we had better access to healthy food or you can afford
Affordable healthy food.
affordable healthy food is the problem that we have right now.
Yep.
Then it'd be fine to eat right now, and you'd be able to eat the things the stored vegetables and all those things are the things you could eat tons of them all winter long and feel full and comfortable, and you wouldn't get fat. Because that's what our system and Earth are designed for us to eat that food and get that nutrition at times a year. So that's if we could pay closer attention to the seasonality and freshness of food, it really makes a big shift in that. And for certainly, a seasonal affective disorder is real. The Earth shows us in the spring. I always talk about this because I love to talk about the primavera vegetables. And when the first vegetables come up in the spring, the fiddleheads and the asparagus and the baby spinach, they're all super dark green because that's something that we've been missing that doesn't store. And so Earth gives us that first in the cycle so we can put that energy back into our body and combat whatever happened to us over the winter.
Interesting. So is there?
I'm picking up on that, Pete. Yeah. Took me a second.
I'm not getting it.
Yeah, you don't hear that?
I do.
Yeah.
Look at the TV monitor.
Oh, Jaws.
Because you know how trains like to attack me. You've seen the video of me getting like hauled away over to Albany on this train before. I was sitting right here, but it was going a lot faster.
Pete, is this West Springfield?
No.
Oh.
Where is
Palmer?
it?
I think it's Indiana.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. All right.
Double stacks. Kathy.
It got you, Kathy.
Duck.
She's staying ahead of it.
It's interrupting our train of thought.
I love how we have
Oh, you know what? I didn't even have my computer at the right menu for that.
There you go.
That's why we gave her a button.
I know.
Yeah, that's why we got the button.
I know.
I'm trying to think of train metaphors now that...
Okay, you'll come up with something, I'm sure.
no.
I have no doubt.
It's derailed.
Because you're trained that way.
That's
this
Rochelle,
whole,
Illinois.
The whole thing is derailed. And I have to be careful what I say because I don't want to get boxcard in.
There you go. There she is. The 8433.
Oh.
That's a big
I had a
engine.
model of that one, I'm pretty sure.
That's a big
same paint
engine.
job anyway.
That sure is. Look how it's street level too, Pete. Look at it.
Yeah.
Triple
track.
Anybody still into HO trains? I got a bunch of them in a box somewhere.
They're probably
I love trains.
Chester on Track's coming up this year. It's going to be in person. It's going to be exciting. The Jacobs Ladder Business Association is also running a home show on one of the side streets. So there'll be like all kinds of activity going on. And this really cool train artist I met in Connecticut, I'm trying to get him. He's a musical artist. I think I told you about him. Almost all his songs have something to do with like a train, and he's folky, but really a lot of love and a lot of energy in his music. And then his other job is he goes around the country and sets up model trains at like conventions and stuff like that. And they're like, oh, this guy's cool. We got to get him
A friend of mine,
up to Chester.
Dwight Sturdivant, has been invited to the Steamtown, USA to do, I think he's got a G scale train, one of the small ones.
Oh.
The little ones.
That's N usually, I think.
Yeah. Yeah, anyways, he's got a really small scale, and they invited him to bring down his whole layout for their Railfest weekend a couple of years ago.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Interesting.
You mentioned fiddleheads a few minutes ago. Whilst I was looking through food options on Amazon, I saw on there pickled fiddleheads.
Oh, yeah, for sure. That's a big thing.
And now, this spring, I want to go out with you picking fiddleheads just so I can pickle them.
Nice.
You know, we've been talking about going out to get fiddleheads for 2 years now.
Pickled rams are really good, too.
I think this is going to be the spring we do that.
When do they come up?
May. Yeah. April, May. Depends on the weather, right?
That's
April, May.
Yeah.
Asparagus is in June, so before that,
I do love it.
The leeks come out, and before the ramps come up just before them. So the trifecta is if you can store the ramps and and the fiddlehead's just right, you can pick the asparagus to make that dish with all three of the things in the same.
You know, I ordered some bok choy to be delivered to me from Wally.
Ooh, one of my favorites.
Yeah, I loved sautéing bok choy.
Yeah.
And the baby bok choy even is awesome. But they were out and they substituted Napa. So normally Napa, I'll just make some kimchi out of it, right? I already have a container of kimchi going on in the fridge. So I ended up coring it, cutting it in half, and then slicing on the opposite direction. And I threw it into my Insta with some broth, or chicken broth, and some onions and some chopped garlic. And it came out pretty darn good. You know, just as a vegetarian dish, I could tolerate that.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. Napa's a good one like that. And that's healthier than the one I just fry in butter.
Oh, speaking of frying in butter, I'm going to try something tonight, I think. I'm going to either saute or I'm going to... why are these terms evading me right now?
Temporary phases?
Yeah. Cook with liquid under cover. Braise. Braise celery, and that's it.
Braised celery.
Yeah.
Praise celery. No, braised celery. I'm sorry. Celery is undersung, though. I definitely use it as a filler vegetable when I'm trying to make healthy, stuff to make people feel full, and put it into a saute or any kind of veggie dish. You cut it. The secret, though, is you have to cut it on a diagonal bias, so that the strings are in less than quarter-inch lengths. And so as long as you do that, you can cut into bigger pieces, just as long as you know the knife cut, and that way you can give it an extra vegetable in any mixed vegetable dish.
And it looks better too. You know, when your food looks better, it tastes better, doesn't it?
Right. I just like it easier to eat, though. So
yeah. That's how it comes.
The strings to get stuck in my teeth.
Well, that's how it comes with my chow mein from the
absolutely.
So I spend a lot of time on Amazon. And
I bet you
buy
do.
stupid stuff. And
I still don't even know.
There was a kit with a bunch of things in it, and this was part of the kit.
I've been looking at this.
Now I know Kathy's been looking at it, trying to figure it out. We haven't talked about it. So yeah, there's that. So chef, what do you think that is intended for?
Remember, this is a
this is a loaded question.
This is a family show.
I'm a little nervous to touch it.
Is it cooking? Is it something?
Is it kitchen related?
It's kitchen related. Yeah,
okay, that's helpful.
Kitchen related.
Yes.
It's in
used in prep.
No, it's not sturdy enough for that. I have no idea, Kenny. This is
mostly what I serve in my kitchen.
Does it connect to other things, or this is?
And I'll tell you what it's intended to do and what it's billed as. It doesn't work.
Okay, well that's interesting.
Yeah, it's a kiwi peeler and corer.
Okay, that's dumb.
So you cut the kiwi in half, and then you push that thing in it and twist it, and supposedly it peels it and cores it all at once.
Yeah, not sharp enough to do that. Those wires wouldn't do that.
One of them
is good.
The kiwi wasn't even the right size for that, for one thing.
And the nub in the kiwi is a lot of times not ripe, and it's not cut by that wire.
And another kiwi I tried out, I just smashed the kiwi right into my hand. So
interesting. I see the intended application in the.
It makes sense. And you know, I sent them a message. I go, I want to return this thing. It's a POS, not point of sale system. It's something else. And they didn't even question me. They're like, refund it. Hey, keep it and do what you want.
They do that a lot.
And also, order that day was this. Now, this is not what it looks. It looks like it might be a big hair pick from those days. Remember that?
Yeah.
But again, I was thinking of kiwi, and I was using an egg slicer to cut my kiwis. But sometimes the kiwis are a little too firm, and it'll break the wires on those egg slicers.
Oh, right. I want that to happen.
So this is intended to go into a tomato, an onion, a kiwi, and then you take your knife and you go in between the tines like that, and it gives you a lot of control. And I know that, Chef, you have wonderful, beautiful knife skills.
That's
But-
not actually what it's intended for. This is just intended for to replace your fingers so you don't cut your fingers, like, and hold the thing this way. But I suppose you could put the knife through there. Have you used it yet?
I have used it, yes, and it works beautifully. I use it. I've used it for the kiwi.
Hold this up.
And the Italian sausages, the sweet type, the hot type.
Yep.
Once those are cooked, it's perfect for going into the sausage and cutting them into equal rounds for a grinder or a sandwich. Because there's a place in town that does that, and it makes a pretty.
I use a
it's
fork
different sandwich.
at home for if I really want, if it's something like that, I can go between the tines of the fork.
I've used a fork for slicing in
Yeah.
between.
All right.
I also use the food processor, and it just goes blah, 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 and they're all stuff too. So
Yeah, pulling out the food processor for
it doesn't live on your countertop.
It doesn't. No, because I have other things living on my countertop. You've seen the inside of that kitchen. Yeah, and the thing is, I have so many different appliances, because you find odds are an appliance will do one thing really good. All right, these multifunction things, they don't do everything perfect, but you get one just designed for that one thing. One designed for another thing, and then they do it really good, and that's why I have like 20 appliances in my kitchen.
What is the
Okay,
one
Alton.
you use the most?
Hmm?
What is the one you use the most?
The appliance that I use the most might be the instant pot.
The Instapot.
Yeah.
How about you? Do you have a favorite do you have a go-to?
Well, so our oven has been broken for about a year now, and we rotate between the convection toaster oven, the air fryer, several electric skillets.
Interesting.
Yeah, so that's my standard daily cook art, because cooking for the family of 4 or 5, it's like the right size pan, like the large electric skillet that I have from the 70s is like perfect for all of us. And stuff.
Oh yeah, I have an electric skillet that's probably 2.5 feet wide.
Yeah,
and I can put almost an entire pack of bacon, turkey bacon that is, right on that, and it just 325, and it just cooks it perfectly. I mean,
as far as gadget appliances go, to the blender, we make smoothies just as equally as we use the food processor to chop all kinds of stuff. So, yeah.
Okay. Interesting.
See, I've got the Margaritaville blender and the Ninja.
Which one lives
Do
on
you
the
like
counter?
the Ninja?
Nothing lives on the counter because I don't have counter space. but it's easier for me to pull the Ninja down off the shelf and use it, so that gets more use. The Margaritaville one is really just for vodka slushies.
I'm about to break down and probably buy a Vitamix.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
I really like them. I've been using a lot of them commercially, and I enjoy them. And you can make soup in it, Kathy. You know that? You ever watch a guy ever at the Big E or anything like that? They literally you can it'll heat up the friction. The science behind the Vitamix, the things it can do is really good stuff. You can heat up stuff to pasteurization temperatures even if you wanted to for like canning and whatnot, because it'll get that hot from friction. As well as you can grind flour for like seeds in the flour. So it's so versatile and make smoothies. So
I've made
like this
peanut.
one you think
I've
you
made
can do
peanut
something
butter
like-
in mine.
Absolutely, yeah.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. When I picked up my Ninja, I was talking to chef over in culinary about it. He's like, that thing. He said he'd put it up against a Vitamix any day of the week.
Oh yeah. It becomes preference, I think. I just think that they're
You have a little more torque with that Vitamix. It'll break something down.
durability. I feel like just a touch more, but I've used both, and they're great products. Not that we're doing product reviews, but yeah,
we should do that one of these days.
Yeah.
Hey Pete,
we should make smoothies.
They're working on the diamond.
Working on the track.
Yeah, they're working on the diamond right now. It's fun.
Casey
I'm listening to
Jones
you guys.
is better. Watch.
I'm listening to you guys, but I'm just watching the diamond.
Are you queued up with what I have scheduled for 9:30?
No.
Oh, okay. Well, why don't you do something then about that instead of watching them weld?
Does it have anything? does it have anything to do with what I did? What I was on TV for? You got my last?
No. You know what?
That was an important one.
I went last night. I was going to go to WSFD-LP and look through to remind myself of what you did because I watched it. Because I have one of those memories where I don't remember yesterday or last week, but I remember 25 years ago. vividly. I mean, it's a strange memory here. But I do have something that I did want to get into, and then obviously Mass Appeal is going to come up.
Cool.
But this is not about Mass Appeal. Pete, do you have what I
I'm
need?
trying to find the intro.
Oh.
I got it.
You got it?
Yes.
Okay. So Chef, you do this every so often on the show, maybe like once a year or whatever. I always have the Ken's 10 list.
Oh.
And usually, in summertime, I come up with the new version 3, 4, 5. And last year I came up with version 5.5 for COVID. And we're still in COVID, so I'm not ready quite yet to make a 6.0. So this is Ken's 10, 2 weeks to straighten the curve edition 5.75.
Oh, boy. That's a minion, right?
So as you know, Ken's 10 is a list of rapid-fire questions I send off in your direction. There are no right or wrong answers. It's just strictly your own humble opinion.
It is humble.
Humility works.
So
You hear me now?
I couldn't hear Kathy because she's 2.5 feet away from the microphone
Well,
now.
you
What
two
the hell
are
is going on?
talking, and I have to keep.
Jesus Christ! How many years have you been doing this
I know,
now?
but I have to keep turning this way.
Kathy, you're the pivot.
And I'm.
Oh, speaking of pivot, have you watched that?
Yes, and did you not think of her?
The pivoting TV show?
Yes.
Isn't that a hilarious TV show?
And do you not think of Hope?
Not really.
Oh, I do, because
No.
Hope,
No,
Hope hates the word pivot.
Oh.
I think of the show,
Oh.
the medical show House, because
do you?
Jennifer, the brunette girl,
Okay.
she was one of the doctors on that show. Jennifer Morrison.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, but that is a great show. I mean,
Whoa.
hilarious.
Whoa, what's going on behind?
We're back in the 70s.
That's
It's the game show background.
That's actually what the China virus looks like.
Yeah, it's the game show background.
It's coming for us.
All
Coming,
right.
coming.
You know another great show on that? No, I think it's the same network. The Cleaning Lady.
You know, I saw that on last night, and I didn't watch it. I went to bed.
Awesome
Yeah. Really? Okay.
Oh,
We're
it's
freaking Chef out.
Yeah.
yeah,
What's going on here?
it's dark. That
Is it?
show. Oh yeah, and it takes place in Vegas, which I love it.
Well, okay, that explains that one then.
But
Plain
back
and
to
simple.
Ken's
9
10, 2 weeks of straight in the curve edition 5.75 with Chef John Slattery. Number one. One. One use or washable fabric mask.
Single use.
We already talked about this. Willing to fly or staying grounded?
Oh, I'm taking wings, baby.
Yeah. Did you hear on the radio my nickname on the travel TripAdvisor for trip reviews?
No.
Kenny Flies High.
Nice.
Number 3, wear a mask in your car.
No.
No. Question number 4, do you carry your papers?
No.
I'm not talking about rolling papers. I'm talking about your
No.
booster card.
I carry nothing.
Might have to start doing that. Papers, please. I know nothing. Number 5.
Lock a box.
You wipe down the grocery cart.
I do.
Mm-hmm.
Really?
I do.
Interesting. You do?
Yeah, with the wipes right at the door there.
I don't do that.
Are you afraid of large public crowds?
No.
No. Okay. I know what the answer to this has to be. Will you sit down and eat in a restaurant?
I do.
Yes.
In fact.
Speaking of restaurants, we need to get into that too. Do you use a device or a cloth on door handles?
My sleeve. But I've done that for 20 years.
Yeah, I've always I've had
I don't like touching
it's
doors.
my bare arm or my jacket or whatever.
I never liked doing that.
Yeah, I've been doing that at the airport for 20 years. Number 9, would you mask up without a mandate?
I do when necessary.
So I guess that's yes.
And
Yeah.
Ken's 10, 2 weeks to straighten the curve edition 5.75 with Chef John Slattery. Number 10, ready to go one more year.
No.
No.
And that's Ken's 10.
No.
5.75.
My first one subjected to 5.75.
No.
No. No. Dan was the first. I think he might have been the only one I've done that with.
I think so. I don't recall anybody else doing it.
Yeah. Yeah. So you're relatively new to this, so you should feel honored and privileged. And
Do you? Do you?
I'm touched.
That's not what we meant.
Perhaps a little verklempt.
There we go. There we go.
Let's talk amongst yourself.
Back away slowly. No one will notice.
Oh my goodness.
Back away slowly.
Remind me what you made on
Yeah, what are you up to?
on Mass Appeal.
On Mass Appeal, I made stuff for the new year, conscious stuff. I kind of mixing ideas of things. I was able to talk about, how important. Like I found 2 traditional dishes that people eat for New Year's, kind of, sort of.
Yes, I remember. That. Hoppin' John was one of them.
Hoppin' John was one.
Okay, I did watch.
And I had a visual joke for when I got to say the name, and I was jumping up and down, and they cut the camera to the pile of black-eyed peas in a bowl instead of me hopping up and down on camera. So I lost my visual joke to theirs. That's why I don't try and play on TV.
They maybe did that on purpose.
I don't think they knew I was going to do it, but maybe they were.
Maybe they did.
Maybe they did. I didn't tell them.
That's cute.
But that was the name, so I figured, Anyway, it's a cool dish where the black-eyed peas represent coins and collard greens represent cash, and it's like a prayer for abundance. But what it really is, it's not about the ingredients; it's about the intention that you put in the food that you make for people. So, like, it was cool to be able to do that, and I've been working a lot more about that. A lot of the work I do is more helping people find what works for them and how to create routines and stuff. So, the other dish I made was a pomegranate prosperity salad with like pomegranate seeds and I think sunflower seeds, because seeds are full of abundance, and then we had a nice dressing I made real fast on TV, all the minute stuff that I did with pomegranate seeds and some grapeseed oil, because the grapes represent prosperity, and then we had like some spinach, and it was just a really pretty salad, really tasty too.
What technique do you use to remove the arrows from the pomegranate?
Oh, so I demonstrated the one on the internet where you slice the top off a little bit and peel the sides back. You could 4 quarters, but it doesn't always work because the fruits don't all grow perfect. If they're all genetically modified pomegranates, I'm sure they have perfectly straight spines inside, but many of the pomegranates have twisty spines, so that trick doesn't always work. And then just open them over a bowl.
Yeah, I tend to quarter mine, cutting off each end so that it's loose, but then I work it in a bowl of water, and that way everything sinks but the arrows, which float up to the top, and then you just take a little skimmer or whatever and take them out.
Yeah, just don't pop any seeds, because then you lose the juice in the water.
I've been fortunate to not do that.
The Hoppin' John also is served over rice, because rice is the most abundant representation of food, because if you want to eat 1,000 of something, you just eat a bowl of rice. So it's multitudinally abundant.
I do like rice.
Actually, you know what? I have rice in my cabinet. I have a dedicated rice maker. And that's what I was saying about appliances. It does one thing right, and the rice maker just nails it every single time. I can't touch a rice right now.
No.
That's a carbohydrate.
It's way too high in carbs.
Yeah, it is very
carbs.
high. There are other grains.
So tasty.
So there are different ancient grains that are lower in carbs if you're getting a grain craving, depending on what your range is for how much carbs you're allowed in a day.
Yeah, I had some sorghum at home, and I looked at the label on that. I'm like, oh, geez, you know what? Even that's too high. I was really Really upset. My barley was too high, but my oatmeal wasn't horrible.
I was gonna say Kamut, Kamut, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that one. That one's in the very low on the carb side, if I remember correctly.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so it's quite a lifestyle change when you instantly. One morning you're like, hey, look, your A1C is and you make those changes instantly, and you don't realize that yesterday was the last punchki you're gonna have now.
I'm sure you realize it now.
Yeah, it hurts. It pains me. It pains me. That's why, Chef, I need a carb-free, sugar-free cookie recipe.
Right.
Is there a good one?
I don't think they exist. A good one.
I mean, carb-free is just the hardest part. So
yeah, I mean,
I had a couple keto cookies that weren't that bad.
I've got some almond flour that I picked up, so I'm gonna see what I can.
That's very. So that I was gonna say, almond and cashew flour are the two most versatile replacements for like real flour for cooking that I've so far come across.
Mm-hmm.
Are they expensive?
I mean, a little bit, but I mean, you don't for like thickening a sauce or coating your chicken breast to make a fried chicken or something like that. Like it's not. You don't need a lot.
Yeah, you buy 2 or 3 pound bags through Amazon. It's not horrible. I think I paid $12 for a bag this size. So it's not $3 for a thing of flour at the market, but. Now, how much do I really go through, right?
Right. But the cool thing about the nut flours too is that you can just put them in smoothies and stuff like that too. Like when you find the right, like it's as a protein supplement, you can use them in multiple things. The cashew powder, you just reconstitute it with a couple of drops of oil, and it becomes cashew butter.
Cashew butter.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I've made that in my Ninja cashew butter.
Yeah.
Because Ocean State, every night they got the broken up ones.
They do,
and they're not that expensive. You throw them into the whizzer and you make cashew butter out of it. So instead of paying $15 for a jar of it at the market, you just make it yourself.
Now, do you have to salt it?
Those usually come with some salt on them, so they're
Okay.
Yeah, but I've always had a heavy salt palate to begin with. I'm like you.
Yeah, I have to pour salt. I could lay on the floor and just pour it in my mouth, but I can't because it's blood pressure. So I can't do that.
Right. When I was a little kid, somebody said Pepe couldn't have salt because it was bad for him, and I was just like, "Oh, salt is bad." So in my head, salt was always bad. It was just so I never even cooked. As a professional chef, it took me like a year of getting yelled at for not putting enough.
Yeah,
salt
you have to
food.
season. Yeah,
like, more salt.
Now, do you remember? And I'm going back probably 30 years when all of a sudden they decided salt was bad for you.
Right.
And people stopped using salt.
That's what I'm talking about, yeah.
And then they were having problems because they weren't getting any iodine.
Oh, right.
None of the salt I have has iodine in it.
Well, you have to have something.
No, it's not in any of my salt.
Right. You're all on the fancy salts.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah. Yeah. Most of the time I'm using kosher.
But I find that a lot of times, and I don't know if you find this to be true in your cooking, that people jump on these wagons for no reason sometimes, just because they've heard some anecdote on the TV or they've seen something on social media, so they stop eating it, but it's not true.
Eggs are bad for you.
You just took the words right out of my mouth. Like that was the big fiasco with eggs.
Coffee.
Yeah.
Anything with MSG in it. All of a sudden, everyone stops, and they don't know why they're not doing it.
I love MSG.
MSG used properly, there's absolutely nothing wrong with it. It's a naturally occurring.
I think the gluten-free thing is a big deal now, and people don't know why they're going gluten-free. I know that it does affect some people.
Those with celiac have to.
Yes, it does. It does, absolutely. But all of a sudden, I went to a relative's house, and she was using all gluten-free bread, and I just said, well, why? Well, because it's not good for you. I said, why? Well, because it isn't.
Gluten is what gives a lot of breads the characteristic that each bread has.
I have no problem with people not using it if there's a health reason.
And also there's a big thing now with people being so afraid of all, because they've been the fear porn mongers in the national media have hyped up all these allergies.
But that's what I'm saying.
Kids
Peter.
don't
They
expose
know
their
why.
kids to that when they're young. Therefore, they develop the allergy because some of them develop the allergy because they've never been exposed to it. Just saying.
Intolerance is definitely, that's how intolerance has come about, because
Yeah.
we don't lack of exposure for sure.
Yeah, they're even saying give your kids peanuts at a young age now and get them.
I've heard that.
Well, they've always said that to an extent. Like, you just had to know the risks, but the idea is just you need to know the risks and monitor it and do it in a trusted situation. The first time I took my kid to Head Lobster, we did it in a restaurant that was near the hospital. Just to make sure that if he had one.
Jeez.
Well, that's the whole idea behind the allergy shots that Kathy and I get. They actually inject you with what you're allergic to.
Right.
Yeah. Look at this, 9:55 and a half.
Holy moly.
Making the list. What's the topic gonna be?
Songs that have an address in the title.
Songs that have
an
address
Full address or partial address
in
or
the title. I think that's open for.
We'll leave that open. Yep.
okay.
Yeah.
But it has to be a place.
I know the most famous one of all time.
So address could be a physical address or a place.
Right. Well, physical address. It should be an address. Yes. Address.
An address.
Yes.
So you can't do anything like
You can't say Hotel California because that's not an address. Or
you
like,
can't do this one. Nope.
This is going to be a tough one.
It is a tough one.
Yeah. Yeah, it has to have an address.
It is a tough one.
All right. All right, so that came right from Chef's mouth. You're going to have to bring the belt in next week.
Tune it in. I'll bring the belt in. We'll do it next week. We'll be.
I don't know. You might be a winner again.
I don't know about that, but it's harder. It's harder to win your own topic, I think.
Are you still putting in time over on Southwick Road there?
Yeah, I'm on my way over to do some special prep right now and have some delicious beers because they're making some great stuff.
Yeah, still doing specialty flatbreads, whatever.
Yeah, specialty flatbreads and pretzels and especially shepherd's pies rotating through. They did a nice one with brisket and these. I roasted a bunch of root vegetables and did a mash of other root vegetables. So we did like an alternate.
So it's not British,
right?
Shepherd's pie, which would be lamb and peas.
Definitely not
mutton.
That one. It wasn't no lamb at that time, and I believe
So
later this week it's going to be a corned beef and cabbage style shepherd's pie.
Ooh my!
So just playing with stuff over there, keeping it simple for the wintertime, comfort food.
I can do the corned beef and I can do the cabbage. I just can't do the potatoes that go with it. So I can accept that.
That would be good. I don't think you need the potatoes.
Yeah.
And I like them, but
Remember that corned beef chowder that we had a year?
Oh, yeah, that was pretty tasty.
Yeah, I might make something like that.
Can you use a chowder base?
It won't take much to create a roux.
Again, that almond. So one of those alternative flours.
Yeah.
So there's definitely work there. So
if you
have any further questions, you can always look me up at chefjohnslattery.com because what I do is I help people when they're trying to figure out their dietary needs.
You didn't help.
And
you didn't help me out much here.
Well, we got to sit down and do an interview and an intake. And this is free advice. I feel like Bob over here right now.
Oh! Trust me, I pay for Bob. Oh boy, do I pay!
Sorry, Bob.
Not really.
All right,
that's it.
It looks like it's about it. I've got 1 minute and 15 left. Chef John Slattery, I want to thank you for coming on in and spending an hour with us. Nobody's going to be able to get back.
Yeah, thank you very much for having me. Check out my social media. There'll be all kinds of new things coming up in the next month or so with events and plans for 2022.
ChefJohnSlattery.com.
ChefJohnSlattery.com. Be revised again in another week or so.
All right, next week, making the list. And then the week after that, I am going to be getting some sun, and Kathy will be in.
I will be here.
Taking
with
over
bells on.
the den.
I will be.
Running the show again?
Yeah, she does a much better job than me.
If you need any help, let me know.
That sounds like a solid offer.
I think Harry Rock's coming in.
John always has offers.
Yeah. All right, that's all I got for you. I'll catch you next week.